Askreddit asks, if you were filthy rich, what's a totally unnecessary but cool and outrageously eccentric thing you would buy?
I've thought about this. I love my house. It's a quaint medium-sized 60-year-old home. Bold enough to be made of good materials like copper wiring and actual wood. Edit. Not OSB, but not old enough that it's falling apart. If I suddenly struck it rich, I'd have hard time leaving my home. Don't think I could raise it and build a big home on the lot, wouldn't keep with the neighborhood aesthetic. Instead I'd buy the house next door and the house directly behind. Then I'd excavate the land in between and connect them all with a massive underground basement. It would have all the modern perks. An indoor pool, a games room. I might even renovate the main floor of one of the extra houses into just 3 or 4 massive bedrooms. I'd cover that all back up with earth and grass and gardens and stuff, so from the outside it still looked like 3 separate houses. But inside would be my super house.
I would love a automated front gate. When I drive down my drive, water fountains would shoot over my car in an arch like them from Roller Coaster Tycoon. What a welcome home.
I'd go all out and get the Jurassic Park gates.
Of all things from RCT, this is what you choose. If I was filthy rich, I'd get the Jurassic Park gates.
An indoor pond, not for me but for my turtle Raphael, because he deserves to be spoiled.
This is him. Started as a wee baby 5 years ago. Now he's got a 6-inch carapace and boundless energy. He's about to get a bigger tank this summer too. My reptilian, URL redacted, gallery, pray for PVZ.
This is one of the most wholesome things I've ever read. Raphael is lucky to have you.
Bookshelf that spins around when you pull on a specific book. But instead of revealing a cool Batcave type of thing, it's just the laundry room. Edit. RIP. My inbox. Thanks for the golds and silver. Just got to work. But I'll be reading all the funny comments when I get home later. Closing parenthesis.
Can you imagine trying to pull the book while holding a laundry basket though? Rip my dude.
I've always wanted a wall-sized aquarium with glow-in-the-dark jellyfish.
I didn't know I wanted this, but now I want it.
My dream is having an in-wall aquarium. I don't care if it's just 75 to 125 grams, I just want an in-wall aquarium. Sadly, I have no walls in my house that are even remotely candidates for this unless I want to be able to see from the living room straight into my bedroom. This seems like a bad idea.
That's some James Bond villain shit.
Longaburger basket went out of business, so I want to buy the Longaburger basket. URL redacted. Wikipedia Commons. Thumb 1/16. Longaburger _basket building _01. JPG 800px Longaburger basket building _01. JPG. It's sold for $1. $2 million 2 years ago and is up for sale again at an undisclosed price. I want it. I don't know what I'd do with it. But I want it.
You could put all your eggs in it.
A massive glass greenhouse as a connected room in my house. Give it a Victorian gentleman explorer kind of vibe. Big exotic plants and trees everywhere. Scattered birds and small fauna. And a small pond in the center. Also, a small cottage for my silent and dedicated gardener to live on site in.
I was going to say a biodome, but now I want a biodome in the Victorian style. Or better yet, multiple biodomes progressing through ancient historical garden architectural styles all the way up to ultramodern and beyond. Hanging Gardens of Babylon? ? Versailles, Tuileries, Victorian, futuristic.
A level D flight simulator with an interior built for elite dangerous.
I didn't know I wanted this. I played around with the idea to use a voice commands thing. That would also be cool.
I would buy a Humvee complete with a turret and gun on top. But instead of bullets, it would shoot out obnoxious amounts of silly string. Occasionally I would swap it out with spray cheese ammo.
I imagine this driving through a parade spraying everyone with food and fun.
Can we start a fundraiser? A planetarium dome would be pretty cool.
I built a geodesic dome in my backyard for about $400. 23 feet across, and 16 feet tall. Got a whole bunch of different fun lights including a planetarium projector. Thing is awesome. Imager.com/a/mkj2zoo.
I'd go pay for the education of like 100 college grads. But I'd let him know it was me. And that there would be a time when I would call in that favor. Occasionally call them and check in to let him know I was still watching the career with great interest. Edit. This would not be for monetary gain down the road. I would invest with almost no expectation for ROI. I love the idea of the favor being asking the super successful ones to go out and do the same. Also thanks for the silver.
You can call them Scott's Tots.
T-Rex skeleton as a living room ornament.
Why have just a T-Rex skeleton when you could have this? URL redacted.
I picked this up at a garage sale for $200. Can confirm great living room ornament, URL redacted, 8kgktdtv. Currently it holds my drinks, URL redacted, QYI0 gym.
Penguins with black bow ties.
And top hats.
That sounds delightfully redundant. D. Monocles and canes too.
Hovercraft. I'm too rich to have a bumpy ride. Fuck potholes, that's what poor people taxes fix. I want to float, everywhere, even across water, like Jesus.
An island in international waters where I can found my own country. Just enough to sustain 10k people, including visitors. It would be a mixture between tourism and scientific development. Basically a benevolent Bond villain.
A couple folks already tried stunts like these. I hope you have the budget for a paramilitary. And whenever the population goes over 10k, the least productive members are sent out to sea in a life raft. Hire a crazy architect to build a mansion with a stupid amount secret passages and puzzles gating off huge parts of the house. And never tell me about them. So I keep finding new rooms and puzzles and dungeons and shortcuts all the time. Edit. Holy shit. Someone put gold on this post. You people are crazier than I am and I love you all.
Resident Evil Mansion. You want a Resident Evil Mansion.
Instead of a koi fish pond, I would want an axolotl pond. Complete with walkways, bridges and cherry trees to see these cute funny guys.
I don't think it would be a good idea to get a pond full of axolotls. Considering they go through a cannibalistic stage. IDK. I have seen axolotl farms, over above small ponds in reptile shops. They seemed chill.
I'd probably pull stunts like the rich dude in Rat Race. Offer lots of money as prizes for people to do crazy things just so I can look on in amusement. For inspiration, look up Charles Vance Miller, a Canadian prankster who put weird clauses in his will. Like giving a house in Jamaica to 3 men who hated each other, if they would live together in it. His will was also the start of the Great Stork Derby. He willed a ton on money to the woman in Toronto who gave birth to the most babies in the 10 years after his death. It was a 4-way tie between mothers who gave birth to 9 each. Gave brewery stocks to prohibitionists, etc.
I'd pay a Scottish guy gobs of money to just follow me around and echo everything I say. For instance, if I were to say, "Man, I'm thirsty," he would yell, "Bring the good sir water," or something like that. Because that's funny to me.
And he has to be in full kit. With giant bushy red beard. And a furious scowl that belies his heart of gold.
#GIETHISMANYURFINESTWATERORL shove YUR heat up your an arse your prick. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Something like that. Edit. Holy crap, my first ever gold. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. I'd have a stupidly large garage with exotic and basic as fuck cars in it.
Over here is my McLaren P1. And my 1985 Toyota Cressida.
Bonus points if every single one including the 1978 Pinto are surrounded with velvet ropes.
Here is my McLaren F1 GT. And here is my Prius. and my Model XP100D, and my Honda CR-V, and my GM EV1 with a working drivetrain, and my PT Cruiser.
I'd build my own cinema so I can have the perfect cinema experience for every single movie. That would include the best snacks mankind has ever made, and I would occasionally open it for other people for free.
I did that, even though I'm not filthy rich. It ended up costing about $4,500 for the projector, screen, speakers and wiring to do, and the results were magnificent. D10 out of 10 would recommend.
You're the best snack mankind ever made.
Build a house. Yep, that's my weird, eccentric idea. Build a house with weird twisting hallways like the Forest Temple from Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. With secret passageways built into bookcases. False walls. Huge portraits and turning fireplaces. Certain walls would be mechanical to allow them to retract into other walls to make new not hidden passageways, making the layout ever-changing and labyrinthian. I would invite friends and family over and torment them, running between the different passageways and messing with them. And when I would be alone, I would torment my cats and watch them not care.
Check out What Remain of Edith Finch.
H.H. Holmes? ?
Start an aerospace company called Space. Why Edith Musk? Edit. Seeing the concern of an organization whose name reminds them of a famous predator, I will create a program to make sure the business is perfectly streamlined to help put other potential investors at ease. It will be called the Committee on Standardized Business Yield. That's a bit of a mouthful, so hopefully we can come up with an acronym or shorthand at a later date.
Go with Space W. You'll show up first in the phone book.
I read that as Space Yeet.
A massive gemstone geode, something like the Empress of Uruguay Amethyst 1, to put in my hallway.
Had to look it up. Yep. That'd look pretty great as you enter your house. https. The Jeweler blog. Files. WordPress.com/2017/01/amethyst1. JPEG. Me too. Had to restrain myself the other day.
Or a tub made out of rose quartz, or whatever.
ITT. A lot of chaotic good and chaotic neutral people who have been kept in check by the lack of funds.
Okay, so I'd have a mansion. Of course, but a 10-year-old's version of a mansion. I'm talking water slides to go straight from my room to the pool. Fireman poles to go straight to the kitchen. Sushi boats that go to every room and constantly rotate hamburgers, chicken wings, and tacos. Soda fountains everywhere. Secret bookcases and passages that open into arcades and movie theaters. My old boss tied to a wall that I can beat with golf clubs and set on fire. A big trampoline park with a huge ball pit that I can jump into. A little indoor park where all my dogs can run and play in. Huge board game tables that I can invite all my friends to play at. A library with cases full of games and movies.
One of these things is not like the others.
You just described the movie Blank Check.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and above all, have an excellent day, you marvelous people.